Hello viewers, how are you? Hope you are fine. Welcome back to my channel Drawing Time with the Story. If you are new in my channel, I will introduce myself and my channel with you. I am Suraya Parveen, and in my channel normally I select an object or a theme to draw, and while drawing you will not get bored because I will narrate you a story or deliver you some information regarding the topic, so you will both enjoy a painting, a drawing, and at the same time you will listen to a beautiful story. So let's jump to the story time. And one more thing, that is, please don't forget to subscribe my channel to stay connected with me, to stay connected with a awesome channel that is Drawing Time with the Story. So I will tell you five things that is related to five new moon horror myths that some people still believe. It's a very mysterious and a very interesting content, I think so. So let's jump to the story time. Hey, do you sleep well on moonless nights? You may want to think twice about that. Also known as the dark moon. The new moon is one of the most supernaturally dangerous moon phases. It brings with it the darkest nights of the month, as well as the highest levels of paranormal activity. There are so many myths about new moon night. In this video, I will go through the various dangers you may face during the new moon. Pay close attention to what I am about to say because it might just save your life. And most of importantly, it's an interesting content too. So, number one is the new moon drives people to suicide. We all know that the moon has an incredible power influence over fluids on earth, as you can see from the rising and ebbing of the tides. If the moon can exert its pull on something as big as the sea, it's only logical to think that it influences the fluids in our brain and thus also our minds. According to certain Indian schools of spirituality, the new moon increases negative thoughts, desires, and feelings in human beings to the point that they commit suicide. Worse, the sun's energy isn't present to counteract the dark energy of the new moon. That means ghosts will take advantage of the new moon to build up more dark energy so they can possess people and drive them to suicide, fuzz, or murder. If they collect enough dark energy from the new moon, the ghosts can even horrifyingly appears events like hurricanes or typhoons. So, how can you protect yourself? The good news is the new moon is only dangerous to you personally if you let it. If you notice dark thoughts taking over your mind when the new moon approaches, talk to someone you trust. Better yet, contact your local hospital or a professional therapist. Suicidal thoughts are a serious threat to your safety and should never be taken lightly. Now, we will jump to the number 2 fact. The new moon summons manticores to kill you. Manticores are gargantuan lions from hell with dragon wings and scorpion tails. If you see one, don't even bother running because you are already dead. It will either rip your guts out or devour you with its gigantic maw, stab you to death with its poisonous tail, to make your head explode with a single roar. So the good news is both moonlight and sunlight are fatal to manticores. The bad news is that means that they can escape from hell and emerge into the human world during the new moon. How can you protect yourself from the manticores? Like vampires, manticores can't enter your residence unless you invite them in. The best way for you to protect yourself then is to never leave your house during a new moon until either the moon or the sun comes out. Also, make sure that you are never on a flight during the new moon. Those victims are the manticore's prime targets because they love flying up to planes with their big leathery wings and attacking the people there. You should also avoid woods and forests, especially those that have been confirmed to contain exist from the netherworld, where manticores usually reside. Number 3. That new moon night, the new moon might kill you if you look directly at it. Is it so? I don't know. According to old English traditions, if you first see the new moon through glass, you will cut yourself on broken glass and die before the month is out. If you see it over your left shoulder, you will die in an unlucky accident. If you see it over the tops of trees, you will escape death, but a loved one of yours will die. Even worse, if a child sees the new moon while it is first born, it will die before it comes 1 month old. How can you protect yourself from these things? Fortunately, you can protect yourself pretty easily from this kind of new moon curse. Just get on your knees and pray sincerely to the new moon to spare you from your impending death. End it with the sentence, "May you leave us as safe as you found us." Some also say that looking at the moon over your right shoulder can reverse the effects of the curse. Now, number 4. The new moon will result in death by drowning. If you look at the new moon through the trees, that means that there will be a vicious flood, tsunami, or hurricane before the month is over, and that you will drown during that incident. Also, be very careful of the moon dogs, which come out whenever you see the new moon surrounded by a silvery halo or watery clouds. The moon dogs are creatures that stir up wild, raging storms at sea, drowning anyone who is fortunate enough to encounter them. How can you protect yourself? The best way you can protect yourself is to never go out to sea during the new moon and avoid being in places that are prone to flooding and other water related disasters. Do not leave babies in bathtubs. Most importantly, do not go swimming, boating, or engage in other water based activities. Now, number 5. The new moon makes it extremely dangerous to cut your hair and fingernails. According to pagan traditions, you should never cut your hair or fingernails during a new moon. You may not feel the effects for days, months, or even years, especially if you do it only once or twice. But if you keep on cutting your hair and nails consistently during the new moon, one day you will meet with a sudden, gruesome, painful death that you will never be able to anticipate or prevent. This is because whenever you cut your hair and nails, you are effectively cutting days, months, or even years of your life, depending on how much you cut. How can you protect yourself? Always check the moon phases before you cut your hair and nails. Avoid doing so at all costs if it is the new moon. If you have already been cutting your hair and nails during the moon, you may be able to reverse the effects through sincere prayer whenever you see the new moon. Even though the new moon can be a terrifying time of the month, you will be fine as long as you follow the guidelines I have laid out. So I think it's a mysterious thing, and I don't know what will I say about these things, but there are some rituals in our in the religious views too. So you can believe or you cannot believe. It's up to you, because it's a sensitive issue when it's called about the religion or the superstitional super paranormal activities. Many people believe, many people don't believe, but there is something that happened around us that is beyond logic, that is beyond imagination, that is beyond science. What is the reason? We don't know. So it's our perception how we will take the things. We can believe or let it go. It's up to us. And I am sharing my plan with you guys because I am planning to draw or paint the historical places of the world, that is very popular and interesting places to travel for tourists or people. So what do you think about my plan? I can draw the China Wall, the Eiffel Tower, and I will narrate you the story beyond these historical monuments. So let me know in my comment section how you will take my plan, or if you have any kind of suggestions regarding my topic, regarding my channel, or regarding of me. Please let me know in my comment section, because I am eagerly wait for every comments. I like to read comments and to reply them, and if I don't have to reply them, I react with a little heart to show my gratitude and love for you. And I love to paint the request. In my previous videos you can saw that I drew the national flower of Philippines, and another request was the Mayan volcano of the Philippines. So it was my two requests, and I fulfilled them, and I am very happy that I painted them with my heart to show my gratitude and love for you. So if you have any kind of request, any kind of story that sister, you I have a story for you, can you just paint them, or sister narrate this type of story, all things are allowed in case of me. You are very welcome if you have any suggestions for me. So see you soon with a new painting or a drawing and a brand new story or the historical values just for you. So stay connected with me, stay connected with Drawing Time with the Story.